Okay, let's start. So right now we are having all the essays, all the essays of proverbs, the proverbs he requested by the team. So right here I have lots of essays from you guys. So one of the first essay that we are going to use to pick up okay the feelings of speaking and ID demonstration that is Hatai. And guys, please download all the essays of your friends into your laptop or your computer or your phone because right now we are going to pick okay each idea of each essay for you guys for you guys to get the proper understanding of the idea studied yesterday. So right now, we need to begin with the very first one that is Hatha's opening. So the first one that is self-learning is a good behavior which any students gotta needs that demands a concentration and high discipline when they gonna start to learn. But first of all, behavior. Once you use the word behavior, it's much more about the way that you act. Okay, it's much more about the way that you act. And we cannot use the word behavior like this. It's like if you are talking to your parents, you need to have proper behavior. Or if you are talking to your friend, okay, you are going to act friendly and informally. We don't need to be formal once we are talking to our friends. And right here, we have the word like behavior, which is a wrong word to use. And second of all, you said which any students gotta needs. If you use the word gotta, it means that you got to do something or you have to do something. So after gotta or have to or okay, must, for example, we need to use a verb infinitive no s here. So here, which any students, every student or most of the students, because any cannot be used in the affirmative sentences. Any can only be used in questions and negative and negative okay ones. So please try to use the word like every or most of or most students have to or gotta need no s of the need.
Hello.
Yes, please speak up.
Oh, you haven't said my essay for everyone yet.
We will. I told you guys to download. First of all, please double check on 319. We will have already sent your essay at 319. A picture of your essay. This image. Okay, this image. Did you receive it? Please double check on the Skype. Scroll up. You can see the essay. It's the picture at 319. I cannot resend. If I continue to resend, it's going to be messed up on Skype. Do you see the picture that we have taken? First of all, I need to double check. So let me see the picture that we have taken. Back is so noisy. Yes, Kwai, that's it. Mute him. Okay, first of all, Kwai, did you receive the picture of Hatai's essay that I already sent on Skype?
Yes, I have.
Yes, very good. Okay. And Tung Duk, did you receive it?
Yes.
Okay, so Hatai, did you see your essay?
Oh yes, of course.
Okay, so Thảo Minh, okay, I need to double check. And Thảo Minh, did you receive the file, the picture?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Okay, so yeah, most of the students receive everything. So please double check carefully on Skype messages. Okay, so right now, okay, so please look at please double check the picture that I have already sent you, which is Hatai essays, and please try to pay attention to the very first paragraph from the top of the paper. So right here we are looking at the first sentence. Self-learning is a good behavior which any students got needs that demands a concentration and high discipline when they gonna start to learn. So first of all, behavior cannot be used here in this situation because behavior should only be used when you are talking about the way that you act once you are having a conversation with your friends or with other people who are older than you or at higher positions than you. So we don't use the word behavior like this. We are going to use the word like act, ACT. So self-learning is a good act, for example, which any student's gonna need. Second of all, any is only used for question and negative sentences. Don't use any in affirmative sentences. Please try to use most of or almost or some, for example, or every, for example. Third of all, gotta, if you use the word I gotta meet her or she gotta meet me, okay, right now. So if you use the word gotta, after gotta, we need to use verb infinitive. Don't use verb with s. When you use, okay, gotta, can, could, should, must, will, would. And fourth of all, here we have the word like needs, no s, demands, delete the s, and here demand a concentration. Concentration, you cannot count concentration, so please try to use like demand serious or extreme concentration and high disciplines when they gonna start to learn, okay, when they are going to start to learn or when they start to learn. Once you use the word start to, it is already about the future, the near future action. So don't use the word gonna or going to or anything of the future words anymore. Say that you can say that when they start to learn. So, and lastly, please try not to use short word when you are writing, because short words are not allowed in essay writing or paragraph writing in English. So right here we need to practice our grammar based on speaking. The first keyword that I need you guys to practice is the keyword. Okay, is the key here. Sorry. Yeah, the key one. Key one. Please try to give me the situation based on the word behavior, attitude, and act in English. Okay. Key number two. Please try to use the word gonna or go into. Okay, or go into in your situation. And please remember that go into is for future. And key three, we have the word like this. Here demand like extreme concentration, and high disciplines. Very good word choice, but not good enough for grammar check. So right here we have three keys from Hata's essay, which is very interesting. And please, okay, double check on the list of the idiom, and one of the idiom today that we need to go through, okay, and we need to combine with the vocabulary suggestions that I have already sent you from key one to key three. So we need to combine the idiom, the new idiom, with the three keys that we collect from Hatai's first sentence of the very first paragraph. So right now we have the idiom like this today. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Well, lead a quiet life. So here we use so here is my situation. So once again I'm going to help you guys to get a general view of what we are doing right now. Key four, go with a flow. Go with the flow. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to apply all these four keys into the situation making. So right here we have the word like behavior, key 2 gonna, key 3 demand, key 4 go. So right here is my situation. Okay, so I'm going to take a real situation of mine in real life for you guys to easily uh, comprehend. So right here, let's start. Oh yeah, so these days I suffer. These days I suffer a lot of pressure from the pandemic. It's not about finance. It's not about the students, but it is about the human resource. Most of the teachers behavior once they come to teach online is very out of control. because the first because is they cannot tolerate the pressure once they work online for the very first time. And the second because is they say that this is the very first time they interact with the kind of online softwares, Zoom, Skype, brand map, and this is also the very first time they teach by the brand map, which makes them highly concentrate, extremely consider all kinds of English ideas on the mind before they illustrate the ideas towards the students. So these are the two becauses of my teachers. Once they make a report to me, and I can find out that the behavior is very sincere. The behavior is very sincere, but of course unprofessional when they start to teach by software, by online software for the very first time. So what about the attitude? I double check on every recorded video sent to me sent to me by via email, and I can state that their attitude is very professional, because they pretend to be professional towards the student, but they cannot cover my eyes once they pretend to be professional like this. So pretending to be professional is a good way to make the students feel friendly, to make the students feel reliable once they study with the teacher. This is the fact. But the problem here is the attitude of the attitude of pretending to be professional seems very insincere and very developed, and so developed. So I require my staffs to have a Zoom meeting with me. We share so many things together online, and finally we understand bit by bit, day by day. And and of course, well, things will turn out. Things will turn out the way it is supposed to happen. So here, my staffs and everybody is going to turn over a new leaf. Is going to start again with a new attitude, with professional behavior once they face the students online, or once they perform the radio talk method. So when you perform the radio talk method in an online class, the only way for you to prove professional behavior or attitude is your voice. Is the tone of your voice once you speak English, or once you try to lead the students to understand the lecture. And third of all, I require my students I demand my students to pay extreme concentration on my lecture, and I have high disciplines for myself. I don't require my students to have high disciplines once they study English, because we cannot impose disciplines on anybody once they are not aware of the fact that they need to be disciplined in order for them to grow. So I can only impose disciplines on myself first. And once you can see that, I try to get everything done, get perfectly, and I get my lecture prepared well, and I get you understand very I get you understand clearly and thoroughly everything that you learn with me online by the radio talk method. You can say that all the teachers apply those kinds of disciplines of his, and he becomes very successful, or the teachers requires himself to pay extreme concentration on the lecture, and he can express his thoughts, perspectives, and the way that he delivers his lectures by the radio talk method very professionally. So this is the way that we try to run the class, and this is also my situation of the practical cases in the office and in my real life right now. So please consider that behavior and attitude are very important, because once you have good behavior, nice behavior, and considerate attitude towards somebody else, or towards the kind of people you meet for the very first time, these kinds of people will feel good to work with you, and we just go with the flow. We just work without worries. We just study without concerns. We just go with the flow. Everything flows very peacefully, and everybody works very effectively, minute by minute, hour by hour, and that is it, my situation. So let's wait for you guys to give me to give me your situation. But please remember to pick, okay, to pick ideas from Hata's very first sentence of his essay. Okay, right now, I'm going to deactivate the recording function. You guys have any idea to share? Please stand up and speak.